All right. Time is 7 o'clock. So, very good evening, one and all present. Let me first extend my heartfelt thanks and greetings to everyone because today, Dr. Ambedkar Jayanti, at the same time, some or other festivals are there across India, whether it is Poila Boisak or Vishu or Bihu. Okay, so many festivals. So it's a great time, and we have our this program scheduled, and it's a great pleasure to have ma'am, Dr. Hema ma'am, who is also part of MTC Global for a very, very long time. And this is a rare opportunity I approached to ma'am to because there were some requests for earlier from some of the participants of different program to have one workshop on IPR because this is very relevant for academicians because we need patents and we have been doing a lot of research work that needs to be protected. And ma'am is an expertise in this particular domain. So it's a great pleasure to have ma'am, you also. And we have many known faces here, like Dr. Ruby ma'am. Okay, I think she's very elderly and motherly. Okay, and we know each other for a very, very long time. We have Dr. Sachin with us, Gurpreet ma'am, and Dr. Rajiv Bhattacharya, and many others, those who had participated in the past in our program and today present for this workshop as well. So greetings to everyone. Now it's my great pleasure to briefly introduce ma'am to all of you. Dr. Hema P. Mehta ma'am, presently working as an associate professor in Tolani College of Commerce, Andheri East, is from last 21 years teaching business law and company secretarial practices. She has total teaching experience is of 37 years. Educational qualifications like she achieved MCOM, PhD, LLB, GDA, UGC set, and the list continues. I'm cutting short here. Felicitated with many national and international awards for social work, research papers. List of few felicitations are felicitated as Best Professor in Business Law by ABP News in National Education Awards 2017, felicitated by Indo Global Chamber of Commerce, Industries and Agriculture, Indo Global Excellence Award for Higher Education and Social Service on 18 November 2011. And the list goes on. Recently, ma'am presented a paper titled Understanding Vocational Education and Skill Enhancement in the NEP 2020 with the help of a case study of persons in the 2 days National Conference on Change and Transformation in Commerce and Management, Breakthrough Innovation and Creativity, organized by Maharashtra Commerce Teachers Association. Thank you, ma'am. And ma'am has many research papers and books and publications on her credit. So I'm just cutting short because we have just 1 hour 30 minutes for today and tomorrow. Ma'am, I hand over the session to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your words, because the pearls of wisdom and giving an opportunity for speaking on such platforms and enlightening our colleagues, members who are from the teaching fraternity, is a really a moment of pride. Thank you so much. So without taking much of the time, I would be sharing my PowerPoint presentation. So what are we going to cover today? I'll say you is introduction to intellectual property right, as Bholanath sir rightly pointed out, that we being academicians, we need to have patent rights. We also have to see that our research articles are enabling us to get the copyrights and so many things. And this is as from the viewpoint of promotion. We require for career advancement schemes, wherein if we are not able to show points in this category, then in other categories we need to work hard. Very frankly to speak is that we all are very much innovative and intelligent people, but Many times we are not in a position to know exactly how whatever intelligence I have, how I can utilize for the benefit of the society. So just a minute, I'll be sharing with my PowerPoint presentation. Yeah, PowerPoint presentation is visible. I'll
Yes,
take it to
ma'am.
the slideshow.
No, madam, not yet.
Yes, ma'am. Visible. It is visible.
Maybe sometimes the internet is little bit slow, so you may not be able to get the glimpse very soon. Anyways, the very first thing is I had been taking the sessions at the school levels, at even the higher educational institution levels, and also for the UGC. And this PowerPoint presentation is exclusively being prepared for imparting classroom teaching and learning aid to make the concept very easy to understand for the learned people and even for the beginners. Yeah, and would be sharing number of case studies where I have no intention to criticize or to promote or make someone very popular or defame. Any such intentions are not being intended, and therefore, well in advance, I would seek apologies because many case studies would make the concept still much clear in our mind. So, if you want to take some photographs, definitely you can take the photographs. Good examples are there, and I always, before adapting anything, even I have taken permissions from many of them, so that there should not be any infringement issues. Now, this is a small video which I will be sharing the group because sir has already added me in that group of IPR session. So, what is this video about? I will speak in short. There's a 5-year kid who has got the patent right. So the thing is that if a 5-year kid should be in standard, maybe a senior KG, if he is able to get patent right, why we can't get? Why it is so that we still are having lot many doubts about what is intellectual property right? How are we going to claim? And many times, we feel that, oh, this idea was already there in my mind. Gosh, if I would have applied for registration, someone would have guided me. I would have, applied and I would have claimed it can be any type of intellectual property right. So this link I'll be sharing in the WhatsApp group once the session for today gets over. Now, let's understand what does or what is the background of intellectual property. So I start with the word with the property. So when I speak property, basically we are talking about assets. We being the commerce faculties, we speak in terms of accounting language. We say it is an asset. So it can be basically of two types. One is tangible, one can be intangible. So tangible is, the things which are again divided into movable and immovable. So things which you can easily carry from one place to another, like would be having a motor car. You can easily move from one place to another. So it comes under movable asset. Immovable is your premises, which you cannot shift from one place to another. Coming across with intangible, many times we don't understand what exactly it wants to say. It is hidden, we are not able to see, but we are able to feel. So this intangible property concepts came long back. It was actually brought by the Britishers, but we became more alert, should be after when we entered into what we call it as liberalization, privatization, and globalization. So one was one of the part of intangible property was copyright, and the other part included industrial properties, like you have patents, you have trademarks, you have industrial designs. Then you're having, now we are having still many more, so that people become aware that certain things which are, gifted to you, trade secrets we have, and so many such, they all fall under the category of intangible property. So, what exactly is intellectual property? Now, when I teach to students, the learners say to me that, ma'am, intellectual means we should be very intelligent. So I said, how you define the word intelligent? So they say me, ma'am, if we have scored 90% or 85%, then we fall under the category of intelligence. So I say them, no, it is not that. We all are basically gifted with a very good brain, which works in a different direction. Maybe there would be, some people who are good in writing. There are some who are good in writing promotional messages. There are people who are able to, make good pictures. Such one session was attended by one of the colleagues, and her daughter was also listening to this session. So all of a sudden she raised a question. She said, "Ma'am, I have drawn a picture. Can I get some intellectual property right?" I said, "Yes." And she was willing to show me. I said, "Do not show unless and until you are applying for its registration and you get a copyright registration certificate." So that means even today, learners who are in school need to be taught. If we do all such sessions, even for the learners, I hope India would be having maximum intellectual property rights compared to China and other countries, Western countries. So intellectual property is actually the creation of our mind. And I believe in seconds, sometimes we find multiple thoughts are running in our mind. Rarely we try to remember some of the points. And if some good points are there, I request everyone to just note it down somewhere, because it is very difficult to remember so many of the things. So your mind is going to create, is going to invent some literary, artistic work. It could be designs, it could be symbols, it could be even the names and images that we are using for the commercial, in the commercial world. So in commercial world, if we are trying to give some ideas, obviously we are expecting that something we should get in return. Nowadays, it is the habit, people get everything free of cost, but they don't want to even give an appreciation. So that's the reason we don't want anyone to copy our creativity. I'm using the word creativity. The session is attended by well-learned faculty members. Everyone would be having some or the other specialty. We need to explore that and think how we can apply for intellectual property. So IP, that is intellectual property, is protected in law. For example, we have Copyright Act, we have patent.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. Ma'am,
Yeah,
sorry
ma'am.
to interrupt. Slides are not moving, ma'am.
Okay, just a sec. I'm
Yes.
on the second slide. Sorry, on the slide number 8. Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Because if
Thank
I go
you.
for the, no worries. Because of slideshow, sometimes, on certain portals, these issues are arising. Anyways, no issues. Thank you for pointing out. So we have trademark, we have industrial design, we have plant varieties and farmers' right, undisclosed information, what we call it as trade secrets. We have protection of integrated circuit layout design, geographical indicators, and many more will be, coming in future. One I will be informing in the last. So this will enable people, one is to earn recognition. That is to get the name. You should earn your name. And second is, only earning name is not sufficient for survival. We also need to get some financial benefit from whatever we have created or we would have invented. So now again, the thing is, we need to understand what's the difference between the word discovery and the word invention, right? I met Bolanath sir in the year 2018, and sir had gifted me a beautiful pen set. It was, I really, it's very close to my heart. So I preserved that gift. Tomorrow I'm supposed to sign some important agreement, and I want that particular pen to be in my hand. I want to use that pen as a lucky charm for signing the document. So I started searching in my cupboard, and after a long search, I was able to locate that pen set. So discovery is actually the art of finding or exploring something which is already there. Okay, which is already there. So we had been in history using the word so and so discovered a new lead. So when you're discovering it, you have the thing which is already in existence and you're locating it. The word that we use is discovery, and it does not have any intellectual property. Okay, like Google advertisement say, "Dhunne se sab kuch mil sakta hai." So that is discovery. Now coming to invention is, you are doing something very unique, non-obvious, or you're trying to invent, you're trying to find out something which no one has done till today, wherein you're using your own ideas and trying to develop maybe a new way, a method of working, or a new formula, or a new substance, and so on. So here we use the word invention, and it is only possible some form of experiments. So invention, whatever you have invented, it has intellectual property, right? And that we can go ahead for filing for industrial design, or we can even go for getting it patented. Very popular slides we have come across this with. This is a work of fiction. Nowadays, they are adding many more things. Names, characters, businesses, and so are all the products of author's imagination, or it can be used in a fictitious manner. So any resemblance with an actual person who is living or who's dead, or it could be, with any actual events, is purely coincidental. Now, this is well in advance to say why, because suppose I'm producing a movie and I want the professor to be named as Dr. Hema Mehta. Okay. So all of a sudden, I realize, no, it should not be Hema Mehta because it is my name. What I'm doing is I'll take another name, Dr. Hema Shah. Right? And there would be really some Dr. Hema Shah who is in existence, and maybe the story that we are portraying it also resemblance with her life. She may claim that you have, taken story of my life, but we have never met. So therefore, this type of disclaimer is very important. Nowadays, more disclaimers are also being given. This is because my ideas may match to some extent with the ideas of other person. It may not be 100%, but to some extent. Generally, to speak, we say it is like a telepathy. Like suppose today I expect that in dinner I will get a particular type of recipe to enjoy, and when I reach home I am very happy to see, yes, this is what is called as telepathy. That doesn't mean anyone has stolen my view or my ideas. Hence, this type of disclaimers are very much important to be shared. So I'll start with the small concepts, and in depth we'll go, because we being academicians, we are more concerned with copyright, with patent right, and trade. So let's understand what is industrial designs first, then trade secrets, geographical indicators, and so. So going for, just a second, I think, yeah. Okay. Industrial designs, basically, the way we are trying to showcase a product by having its features in 3 dimensionals or 2 dimensionals, or it may be a combination of many such things. We call this as an industrial design. So, like say for example, you're going to buy a bicycle. See, you'll find there's a difference between each brand of bicycle, the way the seats are arranged, or the structure of the seat, or the way the brakes are arranged, or the way the handle is arranged. This all falls under the category of industrial design. Fine. Coming across with trade secrets, this we would be having many formulas. I'll take a very good example of KFC selling a particular type of a chicken variety, wherein some ingredients are being used. Believe it, that ingredients, only 2% knows who are there and what are these ingredients, and according to the computerized way, these 2 ingredients are mixed, and then that masala, what we call as a spice, is being given to the chef to add it into the recipe. Even the chef doesn't know what are the 11 ingredients that are being used. I'll give a good example. When Morarji Bhai Desai was the Prime Minister of India, in those days, Coca-Cola was available in Mumbai, I still remember. And he had approached to the Coca-Cola and said, since it is a foreign company, if you want to continue your business in India, you need to show us your formula. And Coca-Cola denied at that time. So the only, the answer they could get was, then in that case, you cannot continue your business in India. Then Coca-Cola had winded up his business in India and they went abroad to their original place. Subsequently, then we had different types of soft drinks. None of these soft drinks could match with the quality of Coca-Cola, the original one which we had it in 70s, not the one which you're having today. And also believe it, the type of Coca-Cola that you get in India and the one you get in abroad, both are having different quality. Similarly, Kit Kat chocolate which you're having in India and the Kit Kat chocolate you have in, Western countries, it is totally different. So still we are not knowing. This is known as a secret, trade secrets. We don't want to share with the formula. We even don't want to share the process in which the things are being done. Fine. Then coming across with what is geographical indicators. I know every place in India is very popular for one or the other type of, a specific regional product. I'm basically from Mumbai. I have traveled to Gujarat many times to different parts of Gujarat. So I can give you a good examples. If I go to Surat, I have Surat ki ghari and sutar feni. They are the sweets. If I go to Ahmedabad, वहाँ का स्पेशल वेराइटी है अहमदाबाद का almond का शरबत. Okay, if I go to Bhavnagar, they have a different types of farsan, that is a salty snack, which is known as thick gatias made of black pepper. If I go to Rajkot, I have a separate elaichi pedas. If I go to Jamnagar, Porbandar, there I will be able to get kala jamun. If you come to the Maharashtra, you get a different types of mangoes. Okay, and they speak, it is from this region. If you go to Nagpur, you find oranges. If you go to Kolhapur, you have a Kolhapuri chappals. So that particular region is specialized in manufacturing either that particular types of goods or it can be services, and the product gets the name of that region. Okay, so this is known as geographical indicators. It could be even cloth material also, like we say Banarasi shalu, then we have Kanjipuram silk is there, right? Then you have Kashmiri shawl is there. So it could be anything. It can be either goods or it can be services, but that region specializes. So we add the name of the region before the name of the product or the service. So this is known as geographical indicators. Now, why are we learning this? There would be some traditional practices which our ancestors carried on. But we are not bothered to see that we can get geographical indicators for the same. Hence, must be, we belong to whichever region, we need to see what is the speciality. Are the people from generations staying over here, they are continuing with some particular traditional practices of manufacturing goods or services, then we should help them in getting the geographical indicator. So what is copyright? Now, we being academicians, we need to be very careful when we are writing research article. It should not be copied. A time was there when people used to copy it when we were not having software to check plagiarism. So let's understand in depth what is copyright. In most of the textbooks on the second page, we find there's a C encircled mark and a statement next to it, copyright, all rights are reserved. So what dictionary says? Okay, generally instead of going with what the definition is given under the act, let's understand the simple definition as for the dictionary. So the dictionary very clearly says this is an exclusive right given by the law. So which law? That is the Copyright Act of 1957. Lot of amendment happened. Even some years back, there was an amendment being brought in the Copyright Act. For a certain term of years, now that question is there, what is meaning of certain term of years to an author or composer or his assignee? We'll go in depth to understand who is actually author, who is a composer, who is an assignee, and they can either print, publish or sell the copies of the original work. So finally, let's understand what are the works being covered under the Copyright Act. It is literary work. It is talking about dramatics, musical, artistic work, producers of cinematographic films, sound recordings, and even in case of computer program, if you're preparing some specific type of software. So for all these, whoever is a creator, either we call them as a creator or we can call them as an author, they are having the original copyright with them, provided they have applied for the same. So that part will be the later on. Now there would be a question why I have added a picture of this chimpanzee on this particular slide. There's a maybe 1.5 decade has taken place for this incident. So it was around, should be 2011 and between 2013 period. Some of the researchers, they realized that this variety of chimpanzees found in a particular forest, they are at the point of extinct. And believe it, government, foreign countries, government is, sponsoring them in a way by offering them a huge amount to go ahead for research. Even our government is also sponsoring. Only thing is we need to be aware about when the schemes are being launched, what types of schemes are there. I got UGC funding of 1.25 lakhs. Then one funding I got from University of Mumbai of 28,000. Then there are many, NGOs, even corporates who are offering funds for doing all these types of researches. Right? So now, one of the team, they took the initiative that they will go to the forest and they will try to find out what could be the reason. So standing in front of chimpanzee is not at all safe by holding, camera in your hand. So the researcher, he fixed a tripod stand, and on that he had attached his camera with the timer in it. So after, every 10 seconds, automatically there would be a click. And he could hear the tapping sounds. So he, took the shelter behind the tree to hide. Almost all these chimpanzees, it should be around 15 to 20 chimpanzees, they were actually looking out for the food stuff. And what exactly happened was, one of the chimpanzee realized that this is something new. He had never seen this thing. So he came and he stood in front of the camera and he started looking into the lens. And what happened was, he could see his own face. So he had that, concept in mind that maybe one of my, teammate would be inside this. And he started doing different types of facial expressions. So when he gave a smile, there was a click and this photograph came into the camera. The researcher made huge money, but then this matter came into controversy that who should get copyright of this photograph, whether the researcher or the chimpanzee. So many of them, they said researcher, then it was not, and some of them, they said chimpanzee. So even today, this controversy is going on that for certain types of these animal photographs, the copyright should be given to the animals. Now let's see if some new acts are coming. And nowadays I see in a city like Mumbai, I'm from Mumbai, the animals are very smart. The moment you are taking your mobile in your hand and you start, taking the videos, they become so alert and they give you very good postures. And you're very happy and you feel, wow, so nice. I can, share these reels and make videos on this. But actually, this is still under controversy whether it should be given to the animal or to the photograph. So talking about literary, dramatic or musical work, I would like to share one example over here. When I was hardly 2.5 years of age, my parents, they had actually decided that now she should be, sent to the school. In those days, we used to have only 1 kg and directly we used to be promoted to first standard. So my father took a call that the daughter would be going to Gujarati medium school. And almost, everyone was surprised that all my siblings are going in English medium, why I should go for Gujarati medium. And finally, because of lot of, discussions at home, I was finally sent to English medium school. When I came in first standard, my English teacher had asked me that write an essay on myself. And I was, totally blank what I'm supposed to write about. So I came home and I said to my father that you need to now say me what I write, 5 sentences on myself. My father was from Gujarati medium. So what he did was, he went to the market, he brought an essay book and he gave it to me. Copy karke likh. Okay. So I did, copying work. But after 4 or 5 years, I realized that my writing skills got affected because somewhere even it was my parents' fault and somewhere it was my school teacher's fault also. The school teacher should have given me hint that in myself you can write anything about your liking, likes, dislikes. 5 sentences you need to write. So I could have written, I have a pet parrot, his name is Mittu. I have one Pomeranian dog. I like the food which is cooked by my mother. My grandmother loves me a lot. I like a particular sport. Any 5 sentences I could have written. But because of this, providing ready-made stuff, just copy and write down, to that extent, I have seen the creativity has got affected. And I think most of the members present here would also agree that after COVID, the way the learners speak, the way they write, they are trying to compose the spellings also on the last page of the supplement. And the one they feel, okay, this one is right, they will, copy and continue with the answer. So this is how, the skill, the creativity skill has got affected. So we don't want anyone should reproduce our works. Okay. So whoever has done is himself responsible, or he has the ownership to convert this into electronic media or in the print media, or to communicate to the public, or he can even translate his or her work in multiple languages. Also, the work can be adapted in movies. You would have seen Three Idiot was made from the novel of Chetan Bhagat. Even two state movies, there are maximum Hindi movies, they are being made either from the novel or from the South Indian movie or from foreign movies and so. Okay. So whenever this type of work is done, there is a process. You cannot directly copy. Nowadays, people are becoming alert. The moment they come to know something has been copied, they are, vigilant to take action against it. Fine. Then going to artistic work, there are people who are very good. Again, let's take example. The best period in our school days used to be of drawing and physical training. So 2 period of drawings we really used to enjoy, because teacher used to draw the picture on the board and we were supposed to copy it down and we used to color it. That's it. So I still remember students are still not aware about the word scenery. Or you ask them that suppose in tomorrow's exam, there will be a topic given to you, draw a picture on festival. I know the learners will say we will do Govinda Alare, we will do Ganpati festival, we will do Diwali, we will do Raksha Bandhan, we will do Christmas, we will celebrate Eid. Then I have to say them that we are in such a country that every alternate day we are having multiple festivals. Why can't we do something very unique? Okay. So that creativity is to be, brought into the mind of learners. Do something very unique. But do not copy. I remembered one example, should be of the year 2018. One of my friend visited art gallery. She wanted to, buy a big painting that could be displayed in her hall room. She clicked the photograph with the permission of the shopkeeper and she sent me a message that how much should be the cost of this painting. I said should be around 15 to 20,000. And maybe the shopkeeper said to her 25,000. So she said me directly that, okay, if it is up till 20,000, you can prepare and give to me. I said, boss, this is infringement of someone's fundamental right. You cannot copy anyone's work. You went into the shop, otherwise even the shopkeeper will not allow you to take the photograph. But you would have said that I want to show to my husband, let him decide which one is to be selected. And you took the photograph by cheating the shopkeeper. And now you are saying that I will not buy from the shop, you prepare and give me. Or, if you know someone who can paint and give me the same painting, I'm ready to buy. This is not fair. Okay. So do not try to copy anyone's work. This is what I say to the children in schools also. That your own creativity matters a lot. The way you like to draw a picture, you can draw. That is what is, then we say it is an artistic work. Okay. Going to the next slide is talking about cinematographic film. As I said, rightly pointed out, most of the Hindi movies, they are being copied from many of the English movies or maybe from the South Indian movies. And what happens is people now are becoming alert, and many times when the producer, directors, they become alert, they file the case of infringement. So whatever it be, even if you are trying to put a photograph taken from another movie, it is going to amount to infringement. Hence, be conscious that if you have liked the story of a particular movie and you want to, make another movie in any other regional language, do take the permission in writing. Okay. Even a latest controversy we came across was in the newspapers when we came to know the sad news of Mr. Manoj Kumar, one of the best actor from the film industry, and how he was portrayed in one of the movie Om Shanti Om, and he had filed a case on Shah Rukh Khan and Farah Khan for around 100 crores. For 5 years, none of them were bothered, and finally he withdrew the case. But now these all controversies are surfacing. So even you cannot copy anyone's style. That is what I said. Something in the end of today's session I will be pointing. Sound recording, same way music cannot be copied. Sometimes if you're, you have a very sharp memory, when you're enjoying music, you realize, okay, the similar music I had heard, I had come across in a so-and-so movie or in so-and-so song. Fine. This is not actually allowed. Many of the popular songs, I'll give you an example, is of movie Sholay. One of the songs became very popular. It was copied from a foreign movie. Okay. Then recently also, one of the movie I remember, Maine Pyar Kiya. Salman Khan, who is there in this movie. One of the songs, the music has been stolen from an English movie. And in those days, actually, we were not aware about, this is stealing of someone's artistic work. Today, we are becoming alert, and therefore, what happens? The moment movie is about to get released, people are filing for, stay order, that no, movie cannot be released. I'll share that also. So let's see what is happening under the Copyright Act, who is getting the protection. So see, the work that are being protected is literary, dramatic work, artistic work, musical work, cinematographic film is there, sound recording, photograph, computer generated work, and accordingly they are creators. We would be calling their creators with different name. So we have author, composer, and respective for each of these, what we call it as the type of work that is being done, they get the rights, that is copyrights. Fine. I'll share one article which happened some years back. In one of the Marathi newspaper, a poem was published. Now, this poem, who has written, no one knows it. So in that case, it should have been an anonymous. But the person who got this poem published, instead of specifying anonymous, he got his name printed below the poem. And the very next day, the people barging the office of the newspaper and they said that this is absolutely not accepted. And the person said, I'm very sorry, mistake ho gaya. It was unintentional mistake. The people then use the word as unintentional mistake. There was no intention. But then there should be clarity of thought that when you're publishing someone's work, the credit should go to that particular person. You cannot take away the name of that person, please. If a poem is written by Harivansh Rai Bachchan, we need to specify it is written by Harivansh Rai Bachchan. Or in any Hindi Kavi Sammelan, if some of the poems are being read, please give due credit to Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, and also that we are the good poems which we like it. Madhushala. Good poems written by Harivansh Rai Bachchan ji. We like to narrate. We like to enjoy. That's it. We are not trying to make money from. Fine. Now let's understand what is meaning of fair use. See, copyright does not say that you cannot, copy something. Even if I do not copy, may match with someone. Fine. So what is meaning of fair use? Something you can, copy for further study, or it could be for doing further research. Like I would have got a topic which was not studied in depth, but now I want to study it privately and, take many other factors for that study. Okay. Or maybe I want to review or I want a criticism to be done. Or maybe I'm trying to report the current events in connection with judicial proceeding. Like if I'm standing in front of a judge, whatever matter I'm trying to deal, I may relate it to that relevant matter. I may produce the previous judgments that were being given. And on the basis of that judgments, I want my client to get the judgment. Then performance by an amateur club or society. In big cities nowadays, in school as well as in big societies, children prefer to, offer cricket game. There are only few children who want to, play chess. They want to learn and play chess, but most of them they prefer to go for learning cricket. And in my own society, there are 4 or 5 children. They are going for, cricket practice. So each one I've asked them, आगे जाकर क्या करना है? And they say, Auntie, I want to become Virat Kohli. I want to become Mahendra Dhoni. I want to become Sachin Tendulkar. And believe it, the clubs which are in our vicinity, they are training them how these cricketers, renowned cricketers are playing. So that art is being imparted. It is not that we are stealing or we are trying to make money, but we are coaching the other generation to play in that style. Similarly, when we are having some literary dramatic events in our organizations, it is must that we need to be conscious that how are we going to, use some musical work. Now, for, celebrating Independence Day or Republic Day, it is must that we need to be conscious that, okay, patriotic songs are being permitted. Fine. Why I'm saying this, because in one of the event in my family, I wanted certain songs to be played in a 5-star hotel, and they said, ma'am, for playing these songs, you will have to pay 10,000 rupees for, it was for 3 hours event. 10,000 rupees, and if 1 second exceeds, you will have to pay some extra amount. So that amount of consciousness, which we are still not, conscious that we are playing music. Okay, whenever we have functions in society, we are playing, we are enjoying the songs. But have you applied for permission for playing for the songs? We have not taken. Okay. Then assignment of copyright. I know 1 decade was ruled on various, one of the channel by Balaji Telefilms. All serials were being made by Ekta Kapoor. And in most of the serials, what I could see was, she used to play certain lines of songs from the movies of Karan Johar. Both are very good friends. And maybe Ekta Kapoor, now without permission you cannot do. Ekta Kapoor approached to Karan Johar and she requested, okay, can I play this song in one of my serial, not in all the serials. That could be sometimes the first line, second line, third line, fourth line, whatever it is. Okay. Now, maybe because you are good friends, the permission could have been granted. Please keep in mind, it always goes in writing. By default, it is for a period of 5 years. And sometimes the person who is assigning this rights, giving this rights, may also ask for some monetary compensation. Now, Ekta Kapoor serials continued for more than 5 years. Then again, she has to go and apply for assignment of copyright. Again, a new, writing terms, conditions would be made. And she could play that particular song only in that particular serial. She was not allowed to play that song in other serial or other serial songs to be played in this particular serial. This is assignment of copyright. You may allow a person to use something to a particular extent by default for a period of 5 years. So it was, dictionary meaning saying exclusive right gives for a certain period of years. It is talking about 60 years, whatever conditions it be. 60 years from the beginning of the calendar year, next following the year in which the author dies. Let's take one example. Mr. X, he wrote a book. You can say he has composed a book of poems. He passed away in June 2024. So his legal heir gets the copyright. He also has it. But then the legal heir after his death gets the copyright from 1st January 2025 for a period of 60 years. And there's a wrong perception that the original author is no more. So there is no issue of copyright. We can use it. It is not so. Never make that mistake. Okay. So that awareness should be there. Now, how to apply for copyright? I have shared the link. I have shared the link. Tomorrow I'll share something more, that as an author, how can I get my write-up registered? I should get copyright registration certificate. Or if I want to go for patent, yes, obviously when you go for patent and trademarks, we need to take the help of legal advisors who are, well versed with the laws, and they help the work to go in a very smooth order. Why that? I'll say you that also. So what is the procedure for registration? Nowadays, everything is done online. Visit the portal. There are, they explain you the process, which form for which particular write-up you need to fill. Fill that form. Very minimum amount is being charged. You apply it, and within a period of 30 days, if there is no objection, you are granted certificate of copyright registration. Fine. But suppose if there is an objection, someone may say, oh, this is, stolen from my poem. These two lines are resembling to my poem. Or maybe the wordings are taken from my poem. Then in that case, the person who has applied for copyright need to give the explanation, proof that this has not been copied, but it can be coincidental. Now, if you are able to prove that it has not been copied, then in that case, and it is successfully being proved, then you will be given copyright registration certificate. Now, no one can steal your write-up, even if anyone does, okay, will be facing infringement complications, violation complications. Right? Now, let's take some examples. See, what is meaning of infringement? In simple language, it also means violation of copyrights. That is reproducing someone's work without permission, or you're translating into your language, or you're adapting this work in your work. I'll give example for each of them. Or, you're performing this work in public or communicating to the public, or maybe you're making cinematographic film, okay, or maybe a sound recording or music is there, or maybe the similar type of software you're trying to. Okay, so let's come across with some type of examples. I didn't wanted to show you the case study, but let's see. I have on the left side, Mr. Ram Sampath. He's a music composer. And on the right side, I'm having Hrithik Roshan. And he's a very popular, we can say, Bollywood star. So in around, 2005 to 2007, in between that slot, Sony Ericsson wanted to launch their mobile phone in India. And it was very expensive mobile phone, much better than iPhone, I should say. So it was expensive, and therefore, we need to target that particular section of the society. So Mr. Ram Sampath was approached by Sony Ericsson, and he was asked to compose a music, which, it was in a type of certain dance steps. We call it as a thumb music, and only music would be played and the mobile would be shown is not sufficient. So they decided to make Hrithik Roshan as a brand ambassador. Now he was asked to perform certain steps for this advertisement, and this advertisement were launched on the various channels. All of a sudden, Ram Sampath came to know that similar steps, Hrithik Roshan and certain seconds of music has been stolen by Mr. Rakesh Roshan for his movie Crazy 4. So he immediately had filed a appeal in the Mumbai High Court, and Rakesh Roshan was called. He said, no, I had sent an SMS. In those days, we were not having WhatsApp. Right? So I had sent an SMS, and the judge also asked, if you had sent an SMS, Mr. Ram Sampath would have replied you something, yes or no. They were not able to produce any evidence of any SMS sent. There was even a controversy made by uncle of Hrithik Roshan, Mr. Rajesh Roshan, who is also a musician. He made a statement that his music was composed by me. So everything was, going against the Roshan, and finally, Ram Sampath made a claim of 2 crore rupees in those days. Finally, he got a claim after deduction. So I'll take you to the previous slide. He got a check of rupees 1 crore 77 lakh 34,600. This amount was very huge. Ram Sampath was not happy because the tax was deducted. But this was the beginning of the people to become aware. Even few seconds music you cannot steal without anyone's permission. Okay, this was one case. I will give you another example. of movie Ravan, R-A-O-N-E. The actual controversy started when the movie was to be given the name as R-A-V-A-N. But already there was one movie which was to get launched. The star cast was Abhishek Bachchan and Aishwarya Rai, and the name of the movie was Ravan. So same name cannot be allotted to another production house. So the movie was already made. Now the thing is that in entire movie we are using the name Ravan. So they found out an alternate spelling R-A-O-N. Everything is fine. The trailers, what we call today as teasers, were being telecast on various channels. And one of the person, the actual person was some other. I'm not able to remember the name. His name Yash Pathak. Okay, Yash Pathak. His friend pointed out. Yash Pathak's friends pointed out to Yash Pathak that this movie Ravan story is matching with one of your script that you have written. And he saw the trailer and he was surprised, and he went and filed an appeal in the High Court. Shah Rukh Khan had not copied the story. It was his manager who had invited Yash Pathak 2 years before this movie was made, and he had asked Yash Pathak to narrate the story. Behind everything was getting recorded, and he informed Yash Pathak that if we are planning to make a movie on your story, we will definitely buy whatever price you say. So that price was not given, but when this matter went into the High Court, Shah Rukh Khan said it cannot happen like that. So the judge had gone through the story of Yash Pathak. He also saw the movie. 95% of the resemblance was there. A very huge amount of infringement amount, Red Chillies Entertainment had to pay to Yash Pathak. So today people are becoming very conscious. You cannot steal anyone's creativity, anyone's work. Even at the work premises, please do not copy anyone's statements also. That is also amounting to copyright infringement. Then there was, a movie, Badshah, released in 2017. Here one song was stolen from a movie of 1975. 1975, almost 50 years of that movie, Diwar, star cast Amitabh Bachchan, Neetu Singh, Shashi Kapoor. And the thing is what we call it, people who are fond of music, they had Antara and Mukra. The first line was taken into the second line, and the second line was taken into the first line. I can, sing the first line. Keh do tumhe kya chup rahun दिल में मेरे आज क्या है तो सोचो तो जानू. Now what this song had, socho to janu, and then the next line. So people become conscious, and the original music composer became conscious. Infringement case was filed. The first judgment was that this movie should not be allowed to run in the theaters. But after a plea being made, the judge gave a judgment that this song has to be removed from the movie. I think YouTube pe bhi hoga to hoga, otherwise it is very difficult to find this song. So see, and then the picture was total flop. Just imagine making a movie goes constitute crores of rupees, and if it is not running appropriately, the total loss of producers and the directors. So the Copyright Act of 1957 says that whoever does the original work should be getting two types of protections. One is economic right benefit and other is moral rights. So when I say economic rights, means financial benefit should be there, and other is moral rights, that would be getting monetary, that is getting recognition. Okay, that is getting recognition. Fine. Now talking about the Indian Patent Act. First look into the history. 1856 we had the patent law. Then we had the Patent and Design Act 1911. Then we had the Patent Act 1970 and Rules 1972. The Patent Amendment Act 2005. And one recently, the new one came during the time of COVID. Okay. And we became alert. We got independence in 1947, but subsequently we brought the act in the year 1970 and the rules in 1972, which is operative into the whole of India. Fine. So this is, the slide showing us, it came on 19th October, the Patent Amendment Rules of 2020. That was during the time of lockdown. I will also share the links in the group that you can visit, you can understand. And why I'm sharing this links, that also I will give the specific reason for the same. So let's first understand what is meaning of patent. See, when you are trying to discover something new, we want the newness, the benefit of this something new which come out as an invention. The benefit of that, the society should be enjoyed. And therefore, this grant is given, the patent grant is given by the government, and it is for a period of 20 years. In between, it is on you. If you want to sell to someone, you can sell it, or you can, make exclusive benefit of this patent. Okay. And see that the purpose is, one is passing the benefit to the society, to encourage research and development, to encourage technology development, which should result into establishment of new industry, generating employment, and also to solve number of problems that our society is facing. Example is COVID. When there was an outbreak of this epidemic, we were praying to God that there should be some types of vaccines or inhalers, some tablets should come so that it is relieving, and we wanted to control the death rate during that time. So the three purpose for bringing this patent and the need of patent is, first is we want to protect the creativity of individual. We don't want anyone to copy someone's invention. And obviously, when you're done, inventor need to be appropriately rewarded. These are some of the examples which I have taken from National Innovation Foundation. These ideas were generally generated by learners of 8th, 9th, 10th standard. And in Maharashtra state, especially in Mumbai, we are having at school levels, we are having competitions wherein we are looking, the learners are, bringing some innovative mechanism ideas. And same way in Pune also, they are having these events organized every year. So when I say patent means this is something very unique. It can be processed, it can be machined, it can be way of, or a substance being generated, which could be useful, which is novel, and till date, no one has done it. Let's take one example. Ceridone tablet is round white color tablet. And one of my friends says that I'm also going to, change the percentage of composition. And can I get the patent right? I'll even change the structure of the tablet. From round, I will make it square or triangle, yellow color. No, you cannot get it because this is already someone has done. But I'll give you an example. I'm not able to remember the name of medicine. Recently, the child even informed me in my lecture. I don't remember the name of the medicine. Basically, this medicine is prescribed by doctors to the patients who have high blood pressure. So these are the tablets which, the doctors are prescribing that before having food, you need to consume one. The company who is manufacturing this medicine has a patent right for, this formula right, which is helping in controlling blood pressure. But then there was another company who could say that this formula can also help in increasing your hair growth, improving your hair growth. And believe it, the other company got patent right for hair growth. The original company has patent right for controlling blood pressure. Okay, so the purpose, both of them had a different, and the formula was the same. Fine. Now see, these are 4 more examples for patent right. We have studied many things. Just a second. One second. Okay. When we are sitting, we have potential energy. And when we start walking, this potential energy gets converted into kinetic energy. I still remember we used to learn energy can neither be created nor can be destroyed, but it can be converted from one form to another. So this shoe has two layers. One is absorbing energy, another is converting your kinetic energy into electric energy. And you have USB plug-in where you can plug in USB and charge your mobile phone. I remember it was in the month of June 2020 or July 2020. This patent right was acquired by a Chinese company from the two boys from Pune. Amount they got was a huge amount, but what the Chinese company did is on the back side of the shoe, they have even fixed a mini camera so that you can come to know who is walking behind you. You know, some arrangement has been made wherein what is happening backside you can see on your mobile also. Fine. The other side, we have a picture where the farmer is, cutting crop, harvesting crop, and he gets injured with the tool. And there's a huge amount of bleeding taking place. So the suggestion was, why not that tool's handle should have all the first aid requirement. So that will, help at least to stop huge bleeding, and then he can go ahead for further treatment. The huge machinery below is about, helping to make wafers. Everything is going under automation today. And on the right-hand side, we have an aged person, elderly member of the family, who has a habit of walking in the sleep. So many times people open the door and they start walking, we never come to me. So the child has a suggestion, why not we have a wristwatch tied on his left hand or maybe right hand. And, we keep a timer. The moment and it has an arrangement, the moment he starts walking, the watch will start giving, alarm sound. And the family members becomes awake. So see all these unique ideas. If the school childrens, they have all these unique ideas, why we can't, express or we cannot get our ideas registered and enjoy intellectual property rights. So this is the site which we visit frequently, and we come across with the 5 portal on this site. One is for patent, one is design, one is geographical indicator, patent, design, trademark, geographical indicators, and Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Intellectual Property Management. So if you visit the sites, they are offering many free programs many times in a year. Even we can make our learners to attend these programs, and even we should make our learners to come forward with these ideas. Now, as for NEC rating and all that, we want all such in huge numbers. Even we want the faculty should have intellectual property rights. So why not we can make our learners to come forward, and even we should help them to go ahead for this registration. Right? So I'll share the copy of this is a certificate of patent right, which is granted for a period of 20 years from the date of certificate. The date is already there in the certificate. There would be a question, what after 20 years? Yes, you can renew it, but you need to pay a adequate some amount of fees that is being specified by the patent department. See, the packaging was same of iPhone and Apple and Samsung, and Apple had many times filed a case of infringement of patent rights on Samsung. So finally, it was found out that Samsung, under its flagship of Galaxy smartphones, were almost looking similar to Apple iPhone. And the jury found that Samsung was guilty, had given a judgment that Samsung need to pay $1.049 billion to Apple. And the second order that was given by the jury was Samsung mobiles will be banned in US. Similarly, Nokia and Oppo, almost the structure is same, but you can see only the way the camera has been arranged. One is vertical, one is horizontal. So when this came, Nokia pointed out that Oppo has copied his design and the patent, the way this product should have the software and all these things. Finally, the order was issued that till date, the Oppo company will pay €3 per mobile sold by them to Nokia company. Right? Tata has around not 37, it is coming across with 70 inventions, and now they have started giving this patent rights to many foreign companies who are trying to acquire the same from them. What are this? These are the, you may say, the names, symbols, logos of soft drinks that are available in the market. I've taken limited one. Today, more variety brands are available. And the best part of this is that, even I forget the name, by pointing out the product, I would be in a position to buy the thing I wanted. I'll share one good example which I experienced in the year 1998. It was a good, example actually brought into by notice by a kid of 5 years of age. I was standing in one of the shop to buy some biscuit packets, and a girl of 5 years comes with a 5 rupee coin, and she says to the shopkeeper, ₹5 wala chocolate do. So he started asking, you want Cadbury, Amul, Nestle, Kit Kat. I said to the shopkeeper, आप सब सामने रख दो ना, बच्चे को जो चाहिएगा, he wants 5-star, that girl wants 5-star, she will take 5-star or whatever. Then this girl was so small, with a small, and she says, no, auntie, nahi, aisa nahi. I want that chocolate which is in purple packing, not purple packing, and in which 2 glass of milk are there. Wow, what a fantastic way of explaining. This is a way to explain the symbol. The child doesn't remember the name of the product, but she's able to describe. This is actually the trademark. So we had the Trademark Act of 1999. The main purpose of bringing this act is we don't want the loyal customer to get cheated. And they should not get any types of fraudulent services, or someone should not make wrong use of our product or services. They may use our promotional signs or symbols, or maybe the color scheme or the wordings. I'll give one more example. Last year, I take number of sessions in offline mode in Mumbai. And luckily, it is for the learners because we want more learners to come forward. So a girl participant, she came and said, after the session got over, ma'am, can you give me 5 minutes? I said, no worries, you can come and get your doubt clarified. She says, I make donuts and I'm, selling on a very large scale. So I wanted that my product should get the trademark. So I asked her, what is the name you kept for your product? She said, Indonet. So I said, Indonet looks something like India ka product hai. So India word nahi use kar sakte. So I said, have you gone for registration? She said, yes, I took the help of a legal advisor, but my trademark got rejected. So what could be the reason? So I said, one could be the name that you had given to the product. Second is, what about the color scheme? Now this girl gives a smile and says to me, ma'am, the upper part of donut name, Indonet, had orange color, middle had white color, and the lower part had green color. I said, you're using our national flag color. How can we be allowed? So your trademark got rejected because of this particular reason. And then she agreed. Sometimes I feel people want to test our knowledge, and maybe that could be the reason. But I said to her that when you have taken the help of a legal advisor, why this mistake happened? Online also you can search in Google what can be patented, what cannot be, what is not allowed in trademark, what is allowed in trademark. I think you would have got the answer and your work would have got done in the very first attempt. So even the legal advisors many times don't guide you properly that whether you will be able to register your trademark or not. Okay. See, we had the trademark rules in the year 2017. Again, the same portal, ipindia.gov.in. Right? So when we visit this portal, you click to the icon of trademark, you will get many things. Sometimes I feel if we are learned people, I don't need to take any help or advice from any legal advisor. I on my own can also go for my trademark registration. Fine. Now, see the designated symbols that we are giving. TM stands for unregistered trademark. Okay. Or maybe we are planning to go for its registration. Same way for SM also. We have service mark, right, which is trying to promote or give, some, this is for brand services. And lastly, we have R encircled, which is for a registered trademark. You'll always find on the, last alphabet, above that alphabet, you have this type of a symbol. So when you put this symbol, people become alert that this is already registered. Hence, we cannot copy the same. So a trademark is typically a name. It can be a word, it can be a phrase, logo, symbol. It can be even a design, image, sound. It can be, I will say, visible as well as non-visible. Fragrance or perfumes. Something which you are enjoying, you will remember the taste. Sometimes you remember the texture, right? Sometimes you remember the sound. I do not know how many of you are still able to remember Titan watches ka music jo hai. It is still going on, same as which came in the year 93, 94. Same music is still continuing. They have not changed the music. Getting? Visible signs are, the colors that we are giving to the symbol, the slogans that we are giving it, or maybe, particular type of a hologram mark we are giving. So all these are amounting to trademark. Now, trademark can be in multiple forms, different types. It can be the shape, it can be even the name. Every soft drink bottle has a different type of structure. See the symbol of McDonald's, I'm loving it, slogan. See the symbol, the color, yellow indicates hunger. Orange used to be SIM card. I do not know how many of you remember. It was then Hutchison to Orange or something like that, and then it came to Vodafone, right? Volkswagen is a symbol for vehicle, and every such symbol, if you see star symbol of Mercedes, Hyundai is there, Honda is there, right? Everyone has their own symbol and which has certain meaning. Even if you forget, now going to a shop to buy a soap, even if you forget, you can ask the shopkeeper, you can point out, okay, I want that particular. Why? Because you are able to recognize the way the product is packed on the basis of package, or maybe the color scheme, or maybe the fragrance, or maybe the way the alphabets are written, and so on. So this is helping us, even to an illiterate person, to identify the product correctly. Okay, a 5-year child can also say, not Cadbury, but purple packing में 2 glass दूध जाता है. So where people get cheated, I'll give you the next example. See, एक ही परिवार के 4 भाई मिले. Now we are literate, we are able to read and write. When I say literate, I'm not talking about qualification. I'm talking about that I'm able to identify the first bottle is not correct, second is not correct, third spelling is correct, fourth is also not correct. But keeping in mind, one such incident happened in Mumbai city. Okay, I'll share that first so that, yeah. If people who are having a vision issue, you are able to see here it is Anul and people think it is Amul. This, an entire gang was caught in Mumbai selling this adulterated milk. Now, and that too in slum areas where people do not know to read and write. So this is how people are being cheated. They are paying the same price. Whatever Amul is charging, we are paying same. But you are not knowing you're buying Amul milk or you're buying some adulterated milk. Fine. Now going across with the same, what had happened was, people had used Amul name at many places. One is Oreo case, one is Amul. I'll take Amul case. In Ahmedabad, one shopkeeper kept the name of his shop as Amul Cutpiece House Center, Cutpiece Store, and another one kept the name of the shop as Amul Chashmagar. Immediately, they got the notice and they were asked to immediately change the name. Amul name you can give to human being, but you cannot give this name to any product or to any form of services. Similar one case happened in Kolkata also, and there also they had asked him to immediately remove the name. Fine. Going to Oreo biscuits and Fabio biscuits. Oreo already is very popular in market. Fabio is a Parle product. they copied, and Oreo had filed a case on Parle products, wherein Parle even agreed that it was copied one, and they wanted to withdraw this product from the market. Almost only thing is the design on the biscuit is different, but the color packing, the way biscuit is presented looks similar in Oreo as well as in Cappy. So see, people are now becoming conscious. Similarly, we have natural ice creams. The amount that is claimed for infringement that is done, it is never a very small amount. It goes in crores of rupees. See the way one is written natural and the other one naturals, where A is, the second A is shown in the form of an ice cream cone. When the original company identified this, and the matter came into the court of law, finally 150 crore damages were being recovered. The cup of the color was same, the name was same, and many times people did not know which one is actual, the original one. And now the latest one comes is about your filing of your personality rights. There are people who are imitating Amitabh Bachchan, people imitating Shah Rukh Khan. There are so many reels. My son's, he is showing me every night. And he says, Mom, can there be any infringement rights? I said, yes. Or maybe, they would have taken permission and then they are making reels, then it is a different thing. Like, many times people are showing that this product is promoted by Amitabh Bachchan. And they are trying to make unauthorized use of Big B's name. Similarly, Anil Kapoor had that habit, the way he walks, the way he uses the word jackass. Then we have Jackie Shroff who uses the word bidu. Then we have Shah Rukh Khan who is stammering. Right? So every one of them, now they have applied for their personality rights. They are not allowing anyone to copy even their style of, Raj, naam to sunai hoga. No, it is not allowed. So when students are doing, I bring to their notice that please do not do this. They are already having their personality rights. If you're performing on the stage, sometimes it can land up you into big trouble. Thank you. We can have some question and answers if any doubts are there. The session is open for all the participants.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Bully.
Ma'am, could you share the link of that institute where we could...
I'm sharing. I will share after having dinner. By 8:45, surely I'll be sharing it.
Sure.
I want to share some videos that is about that fire kit and the link, and also which portal you should go. Everything I will be sharing. So it becomes very easy for you all.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome. Tomorrow I can show you what is the process of registration, what you should, and how you'll verify. We'll go with that particular session.
Good evening, ma'am.
So, yes, ma'am.
Very informative session, and thank you so much for involving us in this particular thing. One query from my side, that other than the research work, like research papers, we can also take copyright or patent on our thesis as well, research thesis.
Ma'am, for thesis, you can get copyright. This happened with one of my friends from Pune. She had actually, when she completed PhD work, you have to prepare the black book. So somewhere from there, her entire material was taken over by one of the publisher, and the publisher was selling the entire thesis on the online portal. So she brought this into my notice, and we had filed the complaint in the cyber crime and under cyber crime. And then finally we took the action against the publisher also, that this was done without seeking the prior permission from the person who had done this work for a period of 3 years.
Okay. So we can get, right?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Even I was told that. Recently, 2 weeks back, I became a professor, and only thing was that I had everything. I have a patent right and lot many things. But they said that why didn't you go for your PhD? You should have gone ahead for your PhD publication. I said that was only left. I wanted to, still compress it and then go ahead for the printing.
And one more guys, ma'am, how much time period is required? Like if I have done my PhD in 2018, it can be, I can file it now in this year as
Yes,
well?
yes, anytime. I did my PhD in February 2018. And I can
Okay.
even go now for a publication. That is what I said you. I want to compress it and I have to go ahead for publication.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Sir, PhD, if it is, you have to go for copyright, not for patent, right? You have to go for copyright. And it takes a period of 1 month.
Thank you so much.
Because there is a question in the chat box, what would be the process? So you have to apply for copyright. And it takes a period of 1 month, provided they find that nothing has been copied and 10% of plagiarism is permitted. That we need to keep in mind. That's it. Yes, any more queries? पेटेंट राइट में आप क्या क्या डाल सकते हैं? आपका कोई इनोवेटिव आइडिया है? आई गॉट रिसेंटली वन पेटेंट राइट. It was in the form of a design utility. Okay, it took a period of should be around 3.5 months. For copyright, you get it within a period of 1 month, provided no objection has been raised. If the objection has been raised, then the time period will get little bit extended. Any more questions?
Madam, request you to kindly share the slides on the WhatsApp group for the better understanding of this topic in later future.
Sir, PPT will not be shared. I'll be very honest, because many times the PPT are used for a very wrong cause. So I will be
any other
sharing the
material
links.
related to this topic and all.
सर मेरा ही पीपीटी सब लेके सेशंस लेंगे ना, वो भी तो है.
अरे मैं-
ये तो कॉपीराइट में मैंने क्लियरली बोला ना दैट दिस इज स्पेसिफिकली, बट आई हैव सीन पीपल आर मिसयूटिलाइजिंग इट. टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट,
any other important stuff
yeah,
you want
yeah,
to share
that you
with
will
us?
get it by tonight. Definitely you will get it.
Yeah,
You will get
ma'am, so that we will read it at home.
it. Yes, and already my number is there in the group.
Yeah.
In case any query, only thing is if I don't pick up the call, then please understand I'm in the meeting or
Yeah,
somewhere.
no problem, ma'am.
But
Yeah.
I do call back. I don't wait. I don't
जी.
drop any message. I do call back once I'm out from the meeting.
जी, ma'am.
तो उसके लिए बेफिक्र रहिए. We all are like a family team. But the thing is, we cannot trust that how the material is being used.
Mm-hmm.
But the links I'm sharing once I finish with the dinner with the family members, so I'll surely share all the links with you. Bholanath sir, I think people don't have any queries. So can we wind up with today's session and continue tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. Thank you very much.
Sir, links में है ना, थोड़ी देर के बाद WhatsApp ग्रुप में मैं शेयर करती हूँ.
ठीक है मैम.
And I wanted your daughter also to attend this session.
Yeah. Ma'am, she is now in 9th standard.
Yeah, but it is very much needed, na? She could also participate in such events with some many innovative ideas, and she can also.
Yes.
And
No, it was
believe
really
it,
wonderful session. Especially,
sir.
a lot of people, they will do the stand-up comedians. They will do the mimicry of.
They are already doing it. Yeah.
When you have seen that person, the Bachchan who comes as a Bachchan in real, is very popular. That person. But I think that kind of awareness is not there, or maybe no one has filed any case also against them, isn't it, ma'am?
Yes.
But will it be feasible? Because if we see the social media, the kind of this personality, okay, as you were saying at the end, see, reel is completely full of this only. They'll be copying all the actors.
There are I'm interrupting. There are so many such reels which my son had been showing me from last few days. So I said maybe they would have, and what they have done is they have imitated Sonu Nigam, Adnan Sami is there, Jackie Shroff is there, and he was saying that most of them are even liking them. So some would be taking in a very positive spirit, but then big people like Amitabh Bachchan, they may not like it. So maybe they would be seeking a permission in writing that we are only doing for the purpose of entertainment. It is not, harming or defaming or spoiling someone's image. So maybe in that case, a
But there
permission
is, ma'am,
granted.
there
Yeah.
is some commercial also involved.
Yeah.
Like in
Or maybe
social
some,
media,
yes, some
the
amount of
influencers, they get a lot of money out of it. So that commercial interest is there.
portion of
I
this would
think,
be also forwarded to them.
I think
That
that
would be there.
awareness
That
is
would
not
be there.
there. That
Yes.
awareness is not there. Because if we see the Kapil Sharma shows, he does left and right, everyone. But no one
But
points
now,
him out.
sir, now he's not permitted to do on a very large scale. What he used to do previously. Now he's under controlled way. So because he has made a huge amount of money, but the
Yes,
thing is, we need to promote learners.
yes,
That this is how, if a 5-year kid can get patent right, why we can't get it? I can help definitely in getting the patent right. So this is what we are
No,
looking for.
this one specially, honestly saying, even no, I was not aware of that we can't copy a personality also, because generally, this is in a very common parlance. We do copy our parents. Okay, students copy their teachers.
Teachers.
Like this is so colloquial. Means we never thought that there is a legal aspect also in this. Very good learning. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank
Thank you, sir. So we are meeting tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you. Have a
ma'am.
great day.
You. Good night, ma'am.
Good night,
See you.
sir.
Thank you.
So I take permission to leave this session.
Yes,
Thank you,
thank you.
sir.